Now the coach leaves the phone and the system keeps running, and each 3 seconds 2 lights are lighting up in green. And then you can imagine that the players have, you put it all around the pitch, and he has to do some action, move to the green. When it's green, he has to move to the green corner, or when it's green, he has to pass the ball. And really, it's the coach who defines the rules. I will just move to the next slide, because I told you we can collect data. With this, actually, we cannot collect data. It's just stimulation. It's not working. Okay, yes. We actually developed 3 kinds of sensors, which are the laser one, and the touch with the capacitive and the vibration. I have the 3 here. I will just show you quickly how it works to understand. So the capacitive touch sensor. So you see, I just have to plug it here. So if tomorrow we want to develop a new sensor, we just have to develop the sensor. You can directly connect it here. The touch sensor is working like this. I will restart the app and start. Okay, so now when I'm touching, it detects that you touched it, and it moves to the next step. And on the app, I have everything about the time and the color that I touched, which one it was, etc., etc. So now, actually, we didn't did anything about the data. We are waiting about user feedback to know how they want to compute them, and then we will check with Thomas how we can learn from this data. For example, I will talk about this later in a video. It's better. So I put this one here, and I just show you the vibration sensor. You will see in real video it's better. The vibration is just impact. Okay. The big advantage is that if you put it on a surface like here, I put 4 impacts, so it's automatically stopped. Just put 0. Okay. So I put it here, and when I hit the wall, it will detect. So you can create interactive surface. And finally, the laser, I have it, but I will not show it. It's just a laser, right? And when you cross, it detects. Any question about how it's working, or is it clear?
Sounds like a great martial arts tool. Boxers use, like, I don't know if anyone is into boxing, but Lomachenko does all these tricks where he kind of does puzzles in terms of matching and punching different areas, which is, in a smaller scale, it is what you're doing on the field, right?
Yes. Yeah, you're right.
Are you also using cameras?
If we use the cameras. Yeah, that's why. Also, the application, I don't move on it. Just one thing that I didn't show you, you will see it on the video. According to the user's feedback, our system is looping on 3 different steps, which are white. So all the LEDs are white. We use it as an awareness signal, which means the player knows that something is coming. So it's a state of the mind inside the player. Then you have the color step, so it's the action time. And then you have the recovery time when everything is off, replacing, changing the player, etc. So just see how it's working with the video. So what is really interesting is you can use the cells as you want. So you can use, by example, here to increase performance, cognitive performances. I will, create sound. By example, here the player starts when everything is lighting on. Just pause, and the goal is to touch the green. And you have some other stimuli, which are there just to disturb the player. And what is important, what you are looking for, is this action of the player. It's the moment where he is doing the action and taking the information around him. Here it's really simple because he doesn't have the ball inside the foot, but you can complicate the exercise. You can add some other player who was doing some pass around him and add more and more information around the player. And for example, here you will see the next one. We change the rules and we say to the player you have to touch the green and then the red and then the green and then the red. And the goal also with the AI is to see how the player has the ability to adapt itself to different rules and the different situations. It is clear, this exercise?
Yeah.
Okay, so move to the next video, still in the same idea to increase the cognitive performances. We saw the first video, it was only one player, so it's not a real cognitive capacity because for the real cognitive capacity you have to be on the pitch with 11 players, or 22 players. So it's better to do game situation like this. So you have the remote control quite loud.
I think it's down there.
Sorry.
No problem.
Okay, better. So you have 4 goals by example here, and 2 goals are green and 2 goals are red, and each 10 seconds the colors are changing. It will force the players to adapt their game situation and to communicate together. And this is typically in this kind of use case that we would use AI to analyze, because we have the trigger, so we can know exactly at which time the event is happening, and then with the AI we can analyze the movement of the players, and we can check which players are playing well together or which one are not playing well together, and all this kind of stuff. Then you can of course use the system for injury recovery, and the advantage is that you can put the player inside the game situation without other players. So here the exercise was simple. You have the laser sensor here. He has to shoot or pass where it is green. So you have the vibration sensor on there. So if touch, it's moving. And for the player, it's a 360 degrees environment, and he's doing all the movement with his body as real as inside a match. And again, with the video analysis, we could check if the movement is exactly the same before and after the injury. And here it's more about the same. I told you before the white is activation signal. Okay, so you can see when it's coming white, it's moving the action, and then it's off, it's recovery time. Okay. I'll show you some videos of that. Like this, you can ask questions if you have to. Here, by example, you have the LEDs here, and on the ground, the player has to choose if it's the left foot or the right foot, or both foots together, depending on the color of the lights. Sorry, just it's short one, so I will leave it. So again, you can check what is the speed of reaction of the players.
That's what the trainer is doing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All the exercise is not ours. It's developed by the coaches. Here for basketball, because we also do some other sport than soccer, but we're mainly focused on soccer. It's just mental training at the same time you are doing physical exercise. So here you just have to move to the green target, and the red one again is to disturb the player. So I will pass the presentation to Thomas, but the idea about AI inside our product is not to integrate inside the product, it's more to use the data that we can collect. As he said, it's to detect the potential talent and also to prevent injuries or to check if the player is able to come back inside the training pitch, inside the match pitch.
I have a question.
Yes.
So all the training exercises that you control with your sensors, which is a really cool thing. But is that some exercises that typically the trainers did manually, like in the past, or did you have to come up with totally new exercises?
No. Okay. Both. Some exercises didn't exist because it was too complicated to do with them, but most of them it's already existing exercise. But